Stillsby, Texas.
And we can't forget about Leander, or wherever you may be listening. This is a Longhorns Victory Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. Texas handles their business in round one. Now it's back to the ATL, shouted, against the Sun Devils of Arizona State. The Big Dogs ate in the first ever 12-team playoffs. We lost a legend in my eyes, and I'll give my thoughts. Texas women's basketball gets another big victory, and a local team gets recognized as a champ for the rest of their lives. And, of course, we've got the world's strongest take. I am your host, Mike Harbaugh Harge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
My guy Khalil is behind the boards, and if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Also, if you want to voice your opinion, all you got to do is leave us a message by using that talkback feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app. That's right. It's always free, and we'll receive your message instantly, and you might even hear it on air. Well, you know what that means when it's a Victory Monday. That can only mean one thing. Texas gets a dub, and we get a chance to hear the best song that continues to roll for this Texas Longhorn football team. Well, y'all know we normally play Texas Fight.
Texas Fight, Texas Fight.
Texas Fight, Texas Fight. Go ahead.
That's it. We the best. Give him hell, give him hell. Go on, go on. Texas Fight, Texas Fight. Texas Fight, 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 Texas Fight, Texas Fight, Texas Fight. Texas Fight, Texas Fight. Texas, we the best. Give him hell, give him hell. Go on, go. It's goodbye to all the rest. Yeah, horse, yeah, what? Yeah, Longhorns, fight, fight, fight. Texas Fight, yeah, Texas Fight. Texas Fight, yeah, Texas Fight.
Congratulations to the Texas football team as they won their final home game in a playoff game, in the first ever playoff game over Clemson, 38-24. It was a hard-fought matchup. Mark, we talked about it on the pregame show. There was a lot of things that were going to go into this ball game, but we all thought Texas was going to win. We thought Texas was going to win convincingly, and Cade Klubnik was not going down without a fight, but the Texas Longhorns ended up prevailing.
No, I got to give Cade Klubnik a lot of respect. I mean, He played better than I watched him play twice this year, and he played way better than those two times. He is a dual-threat quarterback. He makes good decisions, and he makes his decisions fast. Man, what an unbelievable night for him to be able to come home and have a great performance. Unfortunately, to a loss for him, but fortunately enough for us Texas fans, because I partied hard. I did a little dance hard.
Did you?
I did a little jig.
Okay. Well, it was well-deserved, because when you sit back and you go back and evaluate the game and you understand what we got a chance to witness, it was very impressive on so many different levels. When you start to look at the running game, you start to look at how efficient Quinn was in the passing game. And
where are the haters?
Well, they're out there.
Where the haters at?
They stay relevant just because that's what their job
is. Their
is.
job is to stay vigilant.
Yeah, they got
about
to be out there.
Hating on Quinn. But Quinn went out there and played a good game.
He did. He played a good game. He took care of the football. I know that there's some times that people look at him and think that he needs to get rid of the ball, but I'd much rather him take the sack than throw an interception.
Me too.
I would much rather him be in those positions. And, of course, there was an interception in the game, but DeAndre Moore dropped the ball. Ball went right through his hands. It should have been caught, but it is what it is, and he continues to lead this team. And Chance Mock, who doesn't get enough credit for what he was at the University of Texas.
No, he doesn't.
Posted something the other day, and I was very impressed with what he said. And the only reason why was because he understands what it's like to walk in those shoes right there.
Right.
He's been that guy that was, quote unquote, underappreciated thus far. So just so you know, he posted this yesterday. He said, Quinn Ewers, number 3, played an A game. And to add to the first playoff win at DKR to his list of beating Bama in Tuscaloosa, Big 12 championship, first ever playoff berth, beat Michigan in the Big House, beat Aggies at Kyle Field. He also beat Arkansas.
In Arkansas.
And he beat Oklahoma again. And he got the SEC title game. And he took this team to back-to-back playoff appearances.
Wow.
I mean, there's a lot that
Can
goes
y'all stop
into
hating,
it.
please?
I mean, no, they're not going to stop. There's never going to stop. Never, ever, 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 ever going to stop. But I'm going to tell you this much. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing because he is continuing the movement of the quarterback position because he's not really worried about it. And Coach Sark talked about it before too. He said, look, we're not even dealing with that kind of stuff in those particular times because we can block that out. We're going to go out here and handle what we can handle. But there was play after play that was being made during this ball game. And one of the big plays in the game was our guy, Trey Wisner. Trey Wisner has been a real force when you start to look at the replacement that he has become for some of the other backs. And he got the party started early in the ball game.
Has the snap, turns and hands it off on 3rd down and 10. Wisner, the corner 30, 25, and a first down. Trey Wisner.
And Craig, you know Craig is going to be fired up.
Oh, he was fired up.
Craig was enjoying every bit of that ball game. And you continue to look at it and you say, all right, Trey Wisner, big run off the edge, big move. But another guy that has been underappreciated a lot in this program, not by you and I, but you start to look at what Gunnar Helm was able to do. And if you listen to Gunnar Helm, he is one of those guys that has been very, very exciting. And that's why this play across the middle was so important.
To Ewers, Quinn on 2nd down. Going deep for Helm. He caught it. Touchdown, Texas. On first.
And then you hear Gunnar Helm talk about that play and his career at the University of Texas.
Yeah, first of all, I think somebody predicted me to have 9 receptions this year. And then, super cool feeling. Super blessed, but, obviously I wouldn't be in this position without the O-line protecting Quinn. Obviously without Quinn allowing me to make a great play. I think that our line of communication is constant and, we trust each other out there and glad I made the play.
So check this out. Having 2 receptions on the first drive, Helm became the 7th tight end in program history to get 70 receptions in a season, at least 70. With his 19-yard touchdown reception, Helm tied Derek Lewis for the 2nd most receiving touchdowns by a Longhorn tight end in a single season. This guy continues to make plays. He continues to be one of the best players on this football team. He said by finishing with 77 receiving yards with 6 receptions, Helm also broke the single season reception and receiving yards by a Longhorn tight end. He will enter UT's next game with 688 receiving yards on 55 receptions this season.
Wow. And we're going to talk about it, but he blocked like an offensive tackle.
Yeah.
And there was a big play that I know you're going to point to with Mr. Jaden Blue.
Oh, yeah. He was one of those special players. But also, one of the guys was Trey Wisner that we were just talking about, and he got the party started with his first touchdown of the day.
Free handoff, Wisner pushes forward to the goal line. Wisner, touchdown, Texas.
He's done everything that he needed to do. He's been a special player for this team, and he continues to have that mindset of being that guy. But the man of the hour was Quinn Ewers, and Quinn had this to say on the field after the game.
Man, what an opportunity, man, just to come out here and play in front of all these great fans. Could have been more excited for this program and where it's headed, man. This is where we're supposed to be. Longhorns, baby.
And Quinn has now thrown a touchdown pass in 25 games in a row.
Hard to argue. Greatness rise to the top.
Man, and he's just behind Colt McCoy for consecutive games with a touchdown. Colt had 29 in his time at the university. We're just getting started on this Longhorn Monday. We'll continue all the discussions about that big matchup as the Texas Longhorns defeat the Clemson Tigers 38-24 for the final home game. And we'll hear from Coach Sark. We'll hear from some of the players. And, oh, yeah, you mentioned that run. We're going to have some of that as well right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
It's the Craig Way Show.
If Jerry Jones does care as much about his fans as he says, try to make some moves that might at least appeal to them a little more than a lot of the moves you made. In other words, like a real personnel person, a real general manager. Make Will McClay the real general manager.
Voice of the Texas Longhorns and Hall of Fame broadcaster. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. on AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
We still have that accident reported at Old San Antonio Road at Twin Creeks Road, but there is good news. That accident did clear out Riverside Drive near Grove Boulevard. If you see any traffic problems, call the tip line at 512-684-7389. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. New deals on last-minute gifts just dropped at Lowe's. Right now, get your choice of a Cobalt 8-piece standard or metric ratchet wrench for just $39.98. That's a $60 savings. Valid 12/19 through 12/25 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
When it comes to making fantasy picks on your favorite players, you want excitement, but you also want a platform you can trust. Better Picks is available in over 30 states. So if you're hearing this, it's probably available for you.
Better Picks is safe, secure, and super easy to use. Just pick more or less on your favorite player stats and put your skills to the test.
With Better Picks, you get the thrill of playing for up to 2,000 times your cash. So go ahead, make your picks and play for big wins with super fast payouts and withdrawals.
Go to betterpicks.com, BETRpicks.com, or download Better on the app or Play Store and use promo code RADIO to play for up to 2,000 times your cash. Plus, new users get up to a $200 match on their first deposit and join thousands playing across the U.S.
Must be 21 or older and in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned with your play? Call the NCPG at 1-800-522-4700.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. That's right. Now's your last chance to trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's up to $1,900 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Up to $1,900 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Connect directly, bid confidently. At Purple Wave Auction, transparency is key. With no reserves and no hidden surprises, you're connected directly to sellers so you can inspect and bid on quality equipment with confidence. Whether you're looking for ag, construction, or fleet equipment, we're here to ensure a clear, hassle-free experience. Register today at purplewave.com and start bidding with peace of mind. Purple Wave Auction, the easiest and most straightforward way to buy and sell equipment.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
Attention small business owners needing financing. Are you frustrated with a slow process and high interest rate quotes from your bank? Then you need Swish Funding, the small business funding experts, where our simple application process takes just minutes with affordable funding as soon as one business day. At Swish Funding, we focus on your business cash flow, not your personal credit score. And we're ready to help with funding from $10,000 to $2 million. If you've been in business for 1 year or more with a monthly income of at least $25,000, you can get the affordable funding you need with no collateral. Swish Funding is providing funds for expansion, inventory, increased overhead, even slow cash flow to small businesses all over America. Restaurants, plumbing, landscaping, trucking, auto body shops, healthcare providers, and more are getting the funds they need fast. At Swish Funding, applying takes just minutes with funds in your bank account within 24 hours. Go to swishradio.com. That's SWISH radio.com. Swishradio.com.
Hey, Texas, I want to talk about the wonderful folks over at Covert Chevy and Hutto. At Covert Chevy and Hutto, they have the specials you are looking for. How about a 2024 Silverado 1500 for $15,000 off of MSRP, or a 2024 Chevy Tahoe for $8,000 off of MSRP with no payments for 120 days. See dealer for details. The Coverts have been doing business since 1909, and they love being a part of the communities that they serve. Head on over to covertchevyhutto.com or swing by 1200 US 79 in Hutto, Texas. Covert Chevy and Hutto, where tradition meets the open road. Together, let's drive.
People, my people, what's up? This is Questlove. Man, I cannot believe we're already wrapping up another season of Questlove Supreme. We talked to A-Marie, Johnny Marr, Eve, Jonathan Schechter, Billy Porter, and so many more. If you haven't heard these episodes yet, hey, now's your chance. You gotta check them out. Listen to Questlove Supreme on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Questlove Supreme.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Clemson 4th and goal at the Texas 1-yard line. Hands it off. He'll not get there. The Longhorns stop again. Bill Norton plugs the gap. The defensive stand of the year was a few weeks ago in College Station. It's been upgraded. The defensive stop of the year is tonight in Austin, Texas.
Unbelievable stop.
Wow.
They were driving down the field. Big play. And Klubnik. Then you get a big play by Bill North. You get a big play by Michael Tapp. That defense continues to have pride in the effort that they play with. Of course, you sit there and look at, we talk about Michael Tapp and what he brings to the table. And we forget sometimes because we're so used to seeing him. He was a walk-on. He was a preferred walk-on that had scholarship offers to smaller schools, but he wanted to be a guy that played at the University of Texas. Yeah, Ethan Burke, guys from Westlake that going up against their friend, their former teammate, state champion, and now they're making plays in the game, getting people on the ground, being able to change the entire way that this Texas football season is gone.
Harge, I don't not negate the fact that just because they're a local kid means that they're not good enough, because a lot of times we always said, why wouldn't a Cade Klubnik play here? Why wouldn't a Jaden Greathouse play in Austin?
Right.
Like there's been so many great players that could be playing right now on the 40 acres that are not here.
Yep.
But there are enough of them. And I think that Texas needs to do a better job of scouting and recruiting so we can have a secondary like we have right now.
Well, I think one of the things too, Mark, and I'm not going to put that on all of them, but a lot of kids that grow up in Austin, a lot of them want to go somewhere else too. You know, because they've been here for so long and you're like, nah, I want to go somewhere else. I mean, I go to Texas games all the time. Why? I mean, great, but now I want to go and try to build my own life. And again, too, some of it is a fit. It's a personality. Coach Sark said he tried like heck to go get Klubnik, but I believe Klubnik's parents are Aggies actually. So I know that it was either him or Austin Navasai. One of them were being pursued by Texas, and they just decided that they didn't want to do that. So I do agree, because I would have loved for Jaden Greathouse to be here, but I think Greathouse wanted to go to Notre Dame from day one, and that was just one of the places.
Yeah, one
that
of his
he wanted
dreams.
Yeah. So I mean, again,
can't have all of them.
You can't have them all. There ain't enough room. And there's needs that are out there as well. But Coach Sark, after the game, met with the media and basically talked about how excited he was about his team and his quarterback.
And Steve Sarkisian standing by with our Taylor McGregor.
Thank you. The defense coming down to Michael Taft, making that play at the end of the game. What does he mean to your group on defense?
Well, he made 2 good plays in a row right there. Almost got the interception, and then that play right there on the crossing route. But, hey, they made it hard on us. You know, Cade had a heck of a game, heck of a goal line stand right there earlier in the fourth quarter, and then making that stop on 4th down.
What made your rushing attack so effective tonight?
Well, we committed to it. That's probably halfway my fault before this, but we committed to it. I thought we blocked things really well, and the runners trusted it, and they were hitting it.
What did Quinn Ewers show you tonight that will be important for him to carry as you guys continue on in this playoff run?
Well, he made a lot of plays for us when they were on time, and he made a couple plays off schedule, which are critical for us as well. But I thought he managed the game beautifully. Had bad luck again on the interception, unfortunately.
When you think back of this playoff round and playing this game here, what will you remember about this scene?
I mean, it's amazing. You know, this is great for college football. I watched those other games last night and earlier today, and for us to have this environment today, I think this is amazing for college football.
Thank you, Coach. We're going to go to Laura.
And unbelievable that you believe that you can look and see that Texas is continuing to get better and better every single game. And we talk about it all the time, Mark. This is one of our biggest conversation pieces. What are they going to look like when they play a complete game?
They still haven't.
And this was pretty close.
This was close. But
pretty close.
Still, there was a couple of holes to plug.
Yep.
But I tell you this, Harge. I love Coach Sark's mentality of our best game is our next game.
Well, and the other part that I look at too is the fact of the matter that he had mentioned that he committed to the running game. Because there's a lot of times as a play caller, and he likes to put up a bunch of points, that you start to, all right, well, let's take a shot here. Let's make a play here. Let's do this here, instead of saying, no, we are dominating on the ground.
Then let's keep it going.
Keep running. And special shout out to those offensive linemen.
Yes, sir.
Because they had to make adjustments as well. When you get Jake Majors go down, you had Williams go down. You move Goolsby from the left side to the right side. You move Hudson down and put him in the middle with Connor. I mean, that was the most impressive part to me.
Yeah.
That's what got me fired up, is because we did not look like there was anything missing. And you were still getting them home run runs. Those were those moments. Those are those plays that you sit there and you're like, wait a minute, did he just bust one off like that on the side? As a matter of fact, I want you to hear Jaden Blue busting a 38-yarder.
And out of the pistol with Contravian Wiseman directly behind Quinn Ewers on 1st down and 10. It's a handoff to Jaden Blue, rather right side. Blue breaks a tackle, 30, turns down the sidelines. Say goodnight to this one. Jaden Blue in for a 38-yard touchdown.
And not only that, he went for another one as well. And that was the one I literally told my father-in-law, I said, we're about to score a touchdown on this drive. I just didn't know it was going to be like this.
2nd down, handoff, Blue comes to the left side, broke a tackle, 30, 35. Here goes Jane to midfield. The 40, the 30. Say goodnight to this one. Jane Blue, 77 yards for a Longhorn touchdown.
77 yards.
Jaden Blue, touchdown. Pick it up. Harge, the longest scoring play of the year.
Yes.
And we're in the playoffs.
Yes.
Playoffs?
Yes. Texas did what they needed to do, and they played at an elite level. But let's give some love not only to that offensive line, but let's give love to Jaden Blue and who he was, and the effort of being able to adjust throughout the year. And what did I say at the pregame show? I said Jaden Blue, because Isaiah Bond is going to be out, we're going to need Jaden Blue's speed
to step up.
And that's exactly what he did. And Coach Sark talked about that after the game.
For him to have the night like he had tonight or today, just really proud of him.
Yeah, of course, it was a sigh of relief, after everything I've been going through. But, it's
it's all God. I stayed patient, and luckily I saw a crease, and it was just everything from there.
This day and age, especially in social media, our guys can get on there and they're going to read the worst things ever that people want to say about them. And, I'm sure there was plenty of stuff that people wanted to say to him about not holding on to the ball. But the fact that between Coach Choice, myself, our staff, his teammates believed in him, and then he was able to continue to work and improve his game. And then to have a game like this in the playoff, just really proud of him. But I think that is kind of symbolic of everybody on our team.
Boom. Unbelievable. And he talked about the stuff that people said negative. I read a tweet last week, man, whatever you do, just don't give Blue the ball. He's trash. Guys, first of all, none of the people playing are trash. They would not be playing at this level for this university if they were. Secondly, ye without sin cast the first stone.
That boy said ye.
That guy, he's made mistakes like we all have. I think you can put his penance down as Jaden Blue scores, haters 0.
House call. Coming up next, I got to pay homage to one of the best players I've ever witnessed in my life, and he was the biggest influence on my game. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT.
Well, on the Mopac southbound off-ramp to 35th Street, we have a stalled vehicle blocking the off-ramp. We also have good news. That accident did clear out Old San Antonio Road at Twin Creeks Road, and that accident did clear out at Riverside Drive near Grove Boulevard. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Randall's. Save on holiday dinner essentials when you shop with Randall's For You digital coupons. This week at Randall's, get oven-ready beef rib roast for $4.97 per pound with digital coupon. Plus, get Bluebell half-gallon ice cream for $4.97 each with digital coupon.
Did you know that solar energy gives you independence from utilities and helps keep your energy costs down? Why not get a free estimate with locally owned Divided Sky Roofing and Solar? You can get more information at mydividedsky.com. That's mydividedsky.com.
So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Football season is in full swing, but are you making your picks with Sleeper? Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats, and you could win up to 100 times your money. For a limited time, Sleeper has a special offer. New users just have to play $5, and they'll receive $55 in free entries. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code HOLIDAY, and you'll get $55 in free entries when you play $5. That's code HOLIDAY. Must be at least 18 years old. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit, $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
If you're looking for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance, we're Term Provider, experts in finding affordable term life insurance for those that may not be in perfect health. Prostate cancer, heart conditions, high cholesterol, or on prescription medications, you may still qualify for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance. insurance. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
Want to improve your health, energy, and longevity? Discover the secret to better health with Viome. It's the world's most advanced microbiome test, and you can take it from the comfort of your own home. Viome is the only company that uses RNA technology to tell you how your body reacts to food. More than 370 foods, in fact. And food is the key. If you eat and avoid the right ones, food can be your medicine. Viome's AI technology creates a personalized plan that tells you exactly that. Because some healthy foods may not actually be good for you. Like 50% of people should avoid spinach. Are you eating right and still unable to lose weight? Feeling moody or having mental fog? Maybe it's spinach. Test and find out. Viome is also the only company that can create customized supplements based on your unique biology to help you improve specific areas of health. Go to Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. Viome, the future of health is here.
Spurs take on the Sixers tonight in Philly. Kickers delight. Brandon Aubrey, 4 field goals, including 2 58-yarders, to help the Cowboys beat the Bucks in Dallas. But the Cowboys were eliminated from playoff contention after the Commanders beat the Eagles. Texans host the Ravens Christmas Day. Texans receiver Tank Dell will be out due to a knee injury he suffered in their loss to the Chiefs. I'm Ronza Moss.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. The Longhorns live here.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. So Mike Harbaugh, the world's strongest WWE.
That's right.
Dean McKinney. And of course, we got our guy Khalil doing his thing as well. All right, this one is really tough for me because on Friday, there was news that was coming out that Ricky Henderson, one of the greatest players in the sport of baseball to ever play baseball on the diamond, was sick, and then it comes out that he passed away from pneumonia. He was 65 years old. He would be 66 on Christmas Day. That's the gift of Ricky Henderson. Ricky was not only one of the most talented players that I've ever seen play the game, he was also one of the most charismatic. He had style, he had flair, he had substance, and he was a great, great teacher of the game. When I was coming up and I was playing professional baseball, when I was playing high school baseball, one of our teams was the A's. So, of course, I felt like I needed to be Ricky Henderson. Used to steal a lot of bases, used to bat lead off, used to do a lot of the things that Ricky did in the game. But one of my favorite things about Ricky Henderson was the fact that he used to steal bases all the time. Like, this was when stealing bases
meant something.
That's why I'm a big fan of the quote-unquote old school type of way of playing the game. He was such a game changer. He was such a person that you start to look at his stats, and you're like, those can't be real.
It can't be.
Nobody's ever going to do that again. And you look at his career, he was a 279 hitter. He scored 2,295 runs. He stole 1,406 bases. Ricky was one of a kind. Ricky was an MVP. Ricky was an all-star 10 times. He was a World Series champion. He was a Gold Glove winner. He was an ALCS MVP. He was a 3-time Golden Slugger. He was a Hall of Famer. He was a trendsetter before you could set trends. He's from Oaktown. He had swag. And he was one of those guys that if you were a baseball player and you were fast, you were one of those guys that wanted to be like Ricky Henderson. Legend has it one time Ricky said people were telling him about the Bible verse 316. He said, don't nobody care about 316. Ricky hitting 330 because he did not care. Ricky always talked in the third person. Ricky gonna steal this base. Ricky gonna do what Ricky do. And I want you to hear from a couple people that got a chance to spend some time and talk to Ricky Henderson. And being part of the Oakland A's family is one thing. They named the field Ricky Henderson Field, by the way, in Oakland, because he's from the city. But I want you to hear right now some of the people talking about Ricky.
Going back to your playing days, who was the most fun guy to have over at first base when you were playing first base and he was a runner? Who was the funniest guy, or who was the most fun you enjoyed having over there at first? Or did you just hate everybody?
All right. The funniest, hands down, is Ricky Henderson. That first base, this is spring training. I forget which year. Consiglio and McGuire are coming up behind him, so LaRussa had put on a stop sign on him, and Ricky's getting pissed. And Ricky, when he was at first base, he always talked in the third person. So he goes, "Hey, Thrill, Ricky here." I go, "No, I know, Rick." so he's getting pissed. He's got the whole sign put on. You can see he's getting mad. He goes, "Thrill, Ricky want to run." And I said, "Well, Rick, go ahead on, Jack." He goes, "You got it, Thrill. Ricky gone." So I look in the dugout there, Roger Craig, he's looking at me. I go, "He's running right here, right?" So we pitch out. Ricky slides in because he's the best there was. He slides in safe at second base. He jumps up and he's pointing at me. He says, "I told you, Thrill, Ricky gone, Ricky gone."
I mean, those are the stories that you hear from so many people. You can listen to the quotes. But Harold Reynolds, one of the better players in the league, told a story that I want you to hear right now about he won the stolen base title one year, but he's going to tell you how he won it.
Hall of Famer, big-time record breaker, sure. But never forget, Ricky Henderson was a trailblazer. Not so much for what he accomplished, but for what he taught a whole generation about real style.
It was in '79 we broke in. I said, "Who is this guy?" Right?
He brought a style. He brought the word they use now, swag.
I mean, from the snatching ball out the air.
Henderson back. He has it.
Flip it back.
Ricky Henderson. He is a force.
And letting them know, yeah, I got you. I used to do all that stuff.
Ricky Henderson is full of substance. There's the substance, and here comes the style.
And Ricky was the first who actually could. He got away with it because it was true. It was genuine.
Everyone was scared to do it. You're not going to hit me in the head. Ricky was okay with that because now I'm still in second and third.
There goes Ricky.
Ground ball gets me in 1-0 because you were upset. Because I flipped my bat.
The A's have done it again.
It was almost a little bit of a rebel because he wasn't like anyone else on the field. You know, he was Ricky.
He definitely had a style above everybody else that was playing sport.
And so many people wanted to be Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson had 1,406 stolen bases. Lou Brock, who was the all-time leading base stealer, had 938. When Ricky stole the base, he said Lou Brock was good, but now I am the greatest of all time. On the middle of the field, just swagged out.
Listen, I thought the best thing that I heard over the weekend after his passing was an interview he did after an All-Star game. And they were asking him, like, "Man, Ricky, what is it that makes you, gives you the ability to see, can you see the quarterback's back or the catcher doing something?" Ricky said, "You know what, I to be honest, like, I shouldn't even be here today. Where I come from, I mean, people don't do what I've done." And he was real serious. And he said, I should have went to jail a long time ago.
Yeah.
He said, "Man, I've been stealing since I was in the third grade."
He also said Ricky was never motivated by stats. Ricky was motivated by numbers, wins, runs, and steals. Those are stats, Rick. Harold Reynolds won the stolen base title one year because Ricky got hurt and he didn't get a chance to finish the year. So Harold Reynolds won it with 60 stolen bases. And Ricky called him. He said, Ricky here. Hey, this Harold? Yeah, Ricky here. You won the stolen base record with 60 bags. Ricky would have had that at the All-Star break. Enjoy yourself. And hung up the phone on him. He also, the Oakland A's, they had to balance their books. And they were off by $1 million. Ricky had $1 million check, and he had framed it. He forgot to go deposit it. He said, I'm a millionaire. He's like, no, you got to go deposit the check, Ricky. You got our books messed up.
Take it off the wall.
Take it off the wall, man. He said, that's how I got down. Ricky Henderson was one of the best players to ever grace the game of baseball, and he will be missed. When we come back, we'll close out hour number 1 and keep this thing going on a Longhorn Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Text Texas, followed by your message to 81530 to chat along with your favorite sports radio, AM 1300, The Zone hosts. That's Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Sports radio, AM 1300, The Zone. Longhorns football plays here.
Hughes from the gun, has the snap, play action, looks at the person now is running with the front to the end zone. Hill, caught, touchdown, Texas. Quinn Ewers stepped up in the pocket and fired a strike down the center of the field, and the tight end Gunnar Hill has the first Longhorn score of the game.
Longhorns football plays here, only on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Well, on the Mopac southbound off-ramp to 35th Street, we have a stalled vehicle blocking the off-ramp. We also have good news. That accident did clear out Old San Antonio Road at Twin Creeks Road, and that accident did clear out at Riverside Drive near Grove Boulevard. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Randall's. Save on holiday dinner essentials when you shop with Randall's For You digital coupons. This week at Randall's, get oven-ready beef rib roast for $4.97 per pound with digital coupon. Plus, get Bluebell half-gallon ice cream for $4.97 each with digital coupon.
It's a Longhorns Monday, and you know what that means, celebrating Texas athletics and style. Whether you're reliving that great catch, three-pointers made, or just soaking up the glory, there's only one way to do it, and that's with an ice-cold Bud Light. Bud Light is here to keep the good times rolling, so gather your crew, throw on some burnt orange, and raise a can for that Longhorn pride. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy, must be 21. Please enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
That looks perfect. The feeling of getting ready for the holidays, there's nothing like it. Decorating the tree, accessorizing the table, adorning your walls with festive decor, what could be better? Whether you're doing the hosting this holiday or just enjoying some much-needed downtime with your favorites, at Ashley, you'll find all the things you need to make your home as jolly as can be at prices that slay. Spruce up your space for the holidays with Ashley. Visit your local Ashley or shop online at ashley.com.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
Want to win 2,000 times your money simply by watching football? With Better Picks, every play will have you on the edge of your seat, as game day just got 2,000 times more exciting. That's right, Better Picks has the highest multipliers in all of daily fantasy, letting you turn $1 into $2,000, $10 into $20,000, all the way up to $100,000 payouts. That's higher than all those other Pick'em fantasy apps.
And it's super simple to use. Just pick a few players, choose more or less on their stats, and follow along live.
Why would you use any other daily fantasy app when you can win 2,000 times your money only on Better Picks? Go to betterpicks.com, BETRPicks.com, or download Better on the app or Play Store and use promo code RADIO to experience the thrill of playing for up to 2,000 times your cash. Plus, new users get up to a $200 match on their first deposit. It's simply better with Better Picks.
Must be 21 or older and in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned with your play? Call the NCPG at 1-800-522-4700.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening now. You'll see your local holiday radio station, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Old Spice Swagger Holiday Pack. Perfect for a gift to treat yourself. 24/7 holiday freshness with daily use can smell your bestest. I'm gonna be smelling great all season. Old Spice scents just can't be beaten. Chock full of value, saving that green. Got the essentials needed to feel clean. Deodorant, hair, body wash, and spray. Celebrate your holiday the Old Spice way. Ho, 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 ho.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. From the Audiovisual Consultation Studio, this is KDET AM Austin, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, an iHeart radio station and your home for the Horns. Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. I'm going to go back. We're going to talk a little bit about Texas women's basketball as they got the dub at Penn State, winning a national championship in college volleyball. By the way, it is the first time that a woman head coach, has ever won a national championship in college volleyball. Think about that. That is kind of crazy to me. But I want to continue this conversation a little bit about Ricky Henderson and what he meant to the game of baseball, but most importantly, what he meant to a lot of folks. I've been getting texts and tweets talking about their interaction or being able to see Ricky Henderson play up close and personal. And I want you to listen to some of these stats that we were talking about, but I want you to really take it in depth. If you know anything about the game and the importance of the game, Ricky Henderson played for 9 teams in 25 seasons. He played 25 seasons in Major League Baseball. He retired with 3,055 hits and a record, as I've told you, with the stolen bases. He played a few years of even independent ball in his 40s. That's how good Ricky Henderson was, and he just loved the game of baseball. CBS did an article on Ricky Henderson and his career, and they called it the 10 things that Ricky has done that you may not know. They said that if 90 feet per steal with 1,406 stolen bases, he did the equivalent of a marathon. He ran a marathon in stolen bases. Think about that. He's been able to do it. And he also said he ran 3 to 5 miles every other day of his life. That's why he was in such great shape. He led the league in steals in his first full 7 seasons in the big leagues. And he wasn't just stealing bases. He was getting over 100. In 1 year, he had 130 stolen bases. Think about that. He's the only player to ever, in Major League Baseball, to steal over 130 bases in a season. He led the major leagues in stolen bases at the age of 39, and he had 66 of those. The second closest was Davey Lopes, and he had 47 stolen bases when he was 40 years old. Ricky Henderson is elite of the elite of your leadoff hitters, your stars. Think about this. He also still leads the all-time leadoff home runs in the game of baseball with 81. The second closest to him is George Springer, who's still playing with 60. The only other active player is Mookie Betts, and he has 52. What we witnessed with Ricky Henderson is nothing short of amazing. He hit a home run in 25 different seasons. He was a comet in this game that we call baseball. And we're going to have Chipper Jones on next week, and I'm going to ask him about it because he played against him. Deion Sanders said that he was the reason why that he played the game the way that he did. He loved him some Ricky Henderson, and a lot of people. Think about it. He played 25 seasons of Major League Baseball, and he wasn't a pitcher. He was somebody that played every single day and threw his body around because he was stealing bases and being able to do the things that he was able to do at such a high level. Unbelievable when you think about it. I do want to talk about the Texas women's basketball team as they got a big dub yesterday. Sometimes people get caught up in the fact that football is having such a great year, but the women's basketball team continues to flourish and play well. And Madison Booker continues to be the star of all stars. They beat unranked South Dakota State yesterday, 103-57. And they have some freshmen that are showing up for them as well that you need to start paying attention to, because one thing's for sure, they have balance all throughout their team. Check out Justice Carlton next time you go to a game. Make sure you check out Brianna Preston and how fast she is on the basketball court. Jordan Lee, 14 points yesterday, getting after it. And, of course, Shea Holly, all she does is show up and play hard and continues to be the engine of that team. She's unbelievable when you sit back and you think about it. Now they got a few days off. They'll be back this Sunday, I believe it is. And I think I'm going to be that's the day that you could go to the gym at Texas and pretty much be there all day. The Texas men play at 11 o'clock on Sunday, and the women play at 3 o'clock. So if you want to watch some basketball and truly enjoy the game of basketball and you want to be there all day, you'll have an opportunity. Texas men will take on Northwestern State, 11 a.m. on Sunday, and the women will take on University of Texas Rio Grande Valley at 3 o'clock at the Moody Center, and make sure that you get out there and check it out. Also, Penn State. I told you about Penn State. Penn State wins the women's national championship in volleyball. Penn State continues to win championships. It's kind of crazy when you sit back and you think about athletics and the dynasties. We talk about Texas and what they were able to do with volleyball, and they continue to show up and came up a little bit short, but they were there. But you look at Penn State and what they were able to do to win another national championship in volleyball. And again, I think this is truly crazy when you think about this was the first woman head coach to win a national championship in Division I women's volleyball. Katie Shoemaker-Cawley, she did it. And this was all after being diagnosed with breast cancer 4 months ago. You talk about resilient. You talk about giving it all that you have, and you talk about your players playing for you. That is what it's all about. Penn State wins their 8th national title in program history. It is unbelievable when you think about all the achievements that happen in the game that we love, that we call sports. And if you are a sports fan, doesn't matter what type of sports fan you are, you always want to see your team playing at a very high level. And what we've gotten a chance to see in these college football playoffs has been something to talk about, but you look at it in any sport. Vermont won the D1 national championship in soccer. Think about that. All those big schools. Vermont is your national champion in men's soccer. Coming up next, hour number 2 of the Morning Kickoff Longhorn Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff. We will continue the conversations about college football and the playoffs right here. And, of course, the Cowboys get the dub right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. Mike Harge for Cover Ford Hutto. At Cover Ford Hutto, they've got the deals you've been waiting for. How about getting yourself a 2024 Bronco Raptor, $13,000 off MSRP? How about a 2024 Escape Plug-in Hybrid, $14,000 off MSRP? The Coverts have been in business since 1909, and they have always been a part of the communities that they serve. Visit CoverFordHutto.com or swing by 1200 US 79 in Hutto, Texas. Cover Ford and Hutto, where tradition meets the open road. And tell them Hardball Hard sent you. And hook them, y'all.
Run a business and not thinking about podcasting? Think again. More Americans listen to podcasts than ad-supported streaming music from Spotify and Pandora. And as the #1 podcaster, iHeart's twice as large as the next two combined. So whatever your customers listen to, they'll hear your message. Plus, only iHeart can extend your message to audiences across broadcast radio. Think podcasting can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, radio, and podcasting. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Did you know that solar energy gives you independence from utilities and helps keep your energy costs down? Why not get a free estimate with locally owned Divided Sky Roofing and Solar? You can get more information at mydividedsky.com. That's mydividedsky.com.
There's no better place to buy your new Chevy than Henna Chevrolet. Right now, we have the biggest discounts in the last 5 years. Plus, 0 for 60 months is available on a large selection of vehicles. As an Austin original since 1936, Henna Chevrolet has been treating customers right and saving them some serious money. For straightforward, all-inclusive pricing, together let's drive at Henna Chevrolet or Henna.com.
Henna Chevrolet, we'll always stand by you.
This holiday season, Mercedes-Benz celebrates the journeys that bring us closer together. Memories of holiday travel take us all back, and Mercedes-Benz reminds us, embrace every moment. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration is back with exceptional offers on the vehicles you'll love, like the 2025 GLC SUV equipped with an updated MBUX infotainment system, including a routines function that adapts to your lifestyle and adjusts settings accordingly. Or the E-Class sedan with an optional built-in driver-facing camera that allows you to video chat with the ones you love this holiday. And of course, the GLS SUV. Lounge comfortably with loved ones. The GLS has room for everybody and every gift with 3 rows of seats and a spacious interior. Oh, there's so much to love. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration going on now through January 2nd. Learn more at mbusa.com/special offers.
Hey, if you're anything like me, you start thinking about a new car, you start looking at a bunch of different cars, and you're kind of close, but maybe it's time for that brand new under warranty car. If it is, you need to call Apple Leasing. The number is 346-9977. The website is appleleasing.com. They'll take the trade in, the car that you're driving now, trade that in and get a brand new under warranty car from Apple Leasing. They've really made it easy. You can do everything online. Sign the documents, fill out the credit application, all those things that used to take hours and hours and hours to do at a dealership. Apple Leasing has eliminated them. Call them today at 346-9977 or go to appleleasing.com. Oh, and did I mention that you can get any make or any model that you want? Call them today, 346-9977, or check out their website, appleleasing.com. Call them today.
From the Audiovisual Consultation Studio, this is KBET AM Austin, AM 1300, The Zone. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports, podcasts, and music.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Harge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300, The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. We've already talked about the Texas Longhorns getting that big home victory. We've heard from all the participants, and we've also paid tribute to Ricky Henderson. But right now I want to get into the SMU, Tennessee, and Indiana football team. A lot of folks have been talking about the college football playoffs, how they think of the college football playoffs, and what is the expectation? Well, SMU, they weren't ready for the cold. Tennessee thought they were going to go in the big house, and everybody kept talking about Tennessee this, Tennessee that. And Indiana's head coach, he just talks way too much. Cignetti has been fired up the entire year talking about how great his team is. Well, they didn't go out there and play well, and it was an embarrassing way to go out this season. But as always, the system is going to be considered flawed because this team would have came in and competed a little bit more versus that team that would have been in to compete a little bit more. My biggest question to you is the system will never be what everybody hopes it is. You still look at all of these teams in the winners bracket as far as Scatterboo and Arizona State, who Texas will be playing on January the 1st. They're a 13.5-point dog. Texas is favored in this ballgame. And this is the team that won the Big 12 that everybody was looking at. They were supposed to be last in the Big 12 to come into the season, and now they have their opportunity. Is this system flawed, or is it just the way it just played out?
I think it is. It played out just the way it is. You know, like this, they voted in the people according to the committee that they put in place to handle this thing hard from the beginning. And yes, Miami had a great year, but at the end of the season, they faltered. The same thing with Alabama, same thing with South Carolina, and the same thing with Ole Miss. All the teams that everybody wanted in, do you think that those teams would have done better?
I don't personally, because you know what? If you win your games, you could get yourself in.
Bingo.
Yes, go beat the people that are on your schedule.
On your schedule. And A&M, Alabama, South Carolina, Ole Miss, and Miami had the opportunities to do that.
Yes.
And they were the odd teams out because of the late losses. Now, if you lose early, you got a chance to repent for your wrestling sins.
Exactly.
And those teams, I don't think they stayed on their knees praying long enough.
Right. Well, the thing about it, too, is, what is the system? It is what it is. It's the way that everything is kind of played out. A lot of those teams that are still complaining, like an Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin got roasted by Joel Klatt. And he said, Joe Klatt told Lane Kiffin, if your team played as well as you tweeted, maybe y'all could have been in the playoff. But they didn't handle their business.
They didn't.
They didn't do what they were supposed to do. You had your quarterback, Jackson Dart, on the sideline crying because he knew his opportunity had passed. And then you go over and you look at what SMU was able to do all year. They showed up. They played well. But they didn't win their conference either. And so you start looking at the matchups. Was it a good call to get an SMU team in there? Hey, look. SMU shocked the world by even getting to the ACC.
Being there.
Yeah, to get into the ACC.
And Clemson beat them.
Exactly.
And you see what happened to Clemson?
Were you the one that was saying a bid stealer? They were the bid stealer. Somebody kept saying, oh, they stole the bid. Well,
no, that wasn't me.
They played themselves into that game. Because why? Because they did what they needed to do at that particular time when it was asked of them to do so. So when you start looking at the playoffs and all the chaos that ensues from it, the only thing you can control is what happens on the field.
The only team that ran into it at the end and just completely got, I felt like, snubbed was South Carolina.
I knew you were going to go there. And that's
because they won, they beat teams that they shouldn't have beaten, and they were on a roll. They legitimately were on a roll. They it looked like sometimes magic was happening.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like the Kansas City Chief effect. It
They
looked
find
like
a way to get wins.
They just found a way.
Yeah.
Willed themselves to win. The coaches coached them guys, but it wasn't about the X's and O's. It was about the quarterback saying, no, we're going to win, and taking it on his shoulders, and he lifted that team. And the defense standing up and making, just like Texas did against Clemson, making 2 4th and down and 1 stops to allow them to win the last game they played.
Here's the biggest thing for me with all these coaches that are complaining about, the games and the system and everything that goes along with it. You better go out and win your bowl game.
Yeah.
You better go out and win your bowl game. And you better do it in impressive fashion, because of the simple fact, if you're going to continue to pop off about something that is already written, it's already done. There's no going back. You know, Joel Clapp brought up the word hypothetical, because everything is hypothetical. You can't argue with hypothetical.
No,
because
you're going to lose every time.
Well, it's not even going to happen.
It's not real.
It's not even real. So the whole conversation of, I should have been in, my team deserved this. No, your team deserved what they got, and they should have won the games that they were favored in. They were the chosen team to win, and you wouldn't have to sit on the sideline, and you could have been the team that got embarrassed in a bowl game like that.
Yeah.
The teams that won this weekend should have won this weekend. And now we start to condense it a little bit more. The 12 is now down to 8. And then after that, we're going to be down to 4. And then you're going to get into the championship game, and you're not part of it. Now, at the end of the day, the teams that got in, they still got to go out and handle their business. And the majority of them, the teams that should have advanced, did.
Can we also talk about the fact that this is the time of the year where it's cold?
Yep.
And if you're worrying about the cold, then you've already lost. And the going out on the field with your shirts off and all oiled up, you know, trying to
act like you're
not
built for
you're
it.
focused on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You're focused on beating the cold.
Yeah.
How about focusing on putting on a warm thermal shirt and saying, I want to win the game? Let's hold this body heat in and not expend that energy trying to fight off the cold. Whoever allowed their teams to do that don't understand the world of physiology. When the blood goes through the skin to warm itself, it releases also energy. It's a science. Why would you do that? You see Buffalo, long sleeves, gloves, heaters on the bench. They know
what's
it's going to be cold.
Yep.
Let's focus our energy on not the cold, but on executing.
Yep.
Because the other team, they're cold too.
Well, these playoffs, they show us one thing, that there is no exact science to it. You look at how it all went down and who was involved and the teams that continue to play. That game against SMU, Penn State was dominant. They let you know right away, we're going to run the football and we're going to create turnovers. And that's what did in SMU. You look at that Notre Dame, Indiana game on Friday night. That was the game that let me know right away, if you were going to pick people, pick the favorites. Pick the favorites, because Notre Dame was a physical football team. They came out and let you know right away, we're going to punch you in your mouth. We're tired of listening to your coach. Marcus Freeman has been up against them ropes so many times, and he just finds a way to get in there and get his team motivated. And by the way, Leonard Moore, the young man from Round Rock
played really good.
He balled out again. He continues as a true freshman. He continues to make his mark on that football team. We also have Jaden Greathouse that was on that team as well. But Notre Dame advances. They will now take on Georgia on January the 1st. And this is a Georgia team that they don't know, and Carson Beck is not going to be there. We know that.
You're right.
As of right now, he is not going to be there. So what's next for them? You look at Penn State, they take on Boise State. To me, that's a Penn State ball game because Boise State's not going to be able to run the ball like that against Penn State.
Harge, I have to make an apology and to Coach Freeman at Notre Dame. Coach, I'm sorry. I called it against them because they haven't been able to do it.
Right.
The team that you see that I saw play on Friday is not the same team I saw last year.
Yep. And that's why they continue to move on, and they're going to find a way to get it done. When we come back, we're going to talk about the NFL. The Washington Commanders, well, they ruined the Cowboys season, but they opened up some eyes along the way. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
One time when Bill Schoening and I were doing a Tuesday night game, and there was an umpire behind the plate, Tom Jenkins. And Tom was a rather corpulent fellow, and he lets a pitch go in there. You hear this pop again. He goes, ball two. And crystal clear that our field mic picked up was some fan yelling, Jenkins, you fat.
Only on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
The new and improved free iHeartRadio app is finally here, just in time for the holidays. And it's everything you love about radio in the palm of your hand. The live radio dial, presets, scan, even lyrics. And iHeartRadio has all your favorite artists, playlists, and podcasts too, anytime, anywhere. It's our holiday gift to you. Get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio. Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
We still have that disabled vehicle blocking the right lane, I-35 northbound at FM 1626, causing about a 3-minute delay. Stop and go traffic all the way back to 45. We do have some stop and go traffic, I-35 northbound between Slaughter and William Cannon Road. That's about a 2-minute delay. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Febreze.
So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
I love spreading joy with gifts this time of year, but I try not to spread my budget too thin. Luckily, Kohl's has come through for me once again. I just went and used a 25% off coupon to score so many great gifts under $20, like cozy pajamas and fleece, amazing gift sets, and beauty must-haves. So if you're looking to give more for less this season, get to Kohl's. Select styles, offers end December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store at Kohl's.com for details.
The financial world's biggest players just dropped a bombshell. Citigroup's latest prediction, gold rocketing past $3,000 by 2025. Think about that number, $3,000. While Wall Street scrambles, here's what they won't tell you. This isn't just a prediction, it's a wake-up call. Every day you wait could cost you. Every moment of hesitation, a lost opportunity. Every maybe tomorrow, another step behind. Smart investors are already moving. They see what's coming. A golden tide that could lift some boats and leave others high and dry. Where will you be when gold hits $3,000? Celebrating your foresight or wishing you'd listened? Noble Gold Investments is your bridge to that future. Your partner in preparation. Your guide to what's coming. Be positioned. Be confident. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com now and get 10 1-ounce silver American Eagle coins with a qualified account. Just use promo code SILVER because $3,000 gold won't wait for permission. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risk. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making any investment decision.
With your busy schedule, there's no way you have time for all those complicated fantasy lineups. But there is time to win up to 2,000 times your money on Better Picks. With Better Picks, you can jump in fast and pick more or less on your favorite player's stats for a chance to win up to 2,000 times your cash, all in the time it takes to listen to this commercial.
Pick, tap, and win. That's it. Others might stop at 100 times payouts, but with Better Picks, your winnings can soar up to 2,000 times payouts. Turn that $10 bill in your glove box into $20,000 right now. That's real excitement.
So don't forget, if it's game day, it's a Better Picks day. Crank up the excitement with Better Picks and play for huge cash payouts. Go to betterpicks.com, BETRpicks.com, or download Better on the app or Play Store and use promo code RADIO to play for up to 2,000 times your cash. Plus, new users get up to a $200 match on their first deposit. It's simply better with Better Picks.
Must be 21 or older and in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned with your play? Call the NCPG at 1-800-522-4700.
Wake up with Harge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the Morning Kickoff, Longhorns Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. This segment takes us straight into the NFL. Yes, I will talk about my Dallas Cowboys, as you can expect, because I want to know how good this team could be if they weren't already eliminated. But right now, I want to go into Saturday's ball games. Saturday kicked off the football weekend. Yes, we had college football going on, but Saturday, the Kansas City Chiefs found another way to defeat the Houston Texans, 27-19 at Arrowhead. And Patrick Mahomes, who everybody was thinking was not going to be able to play all week, ended up playing. They went out and got the dub. Xavier Worthy, 7 receptions, 65 yards, and a touchdown. And they were using him in the running game. He was very effective. And I saw an interview afterwards that DeAndre Hopkins is taking him under his wings because he knows this kid got a lot of talent, and he's trying to show him how to be a pro. Larry Fitzgerald showed DeAndre Hopkins, and Andre Johnson showed DeAndre Hopkins, and he's returning the favor and paying it forward to a young wide receiver that's got so much upside. But the story of the game was not just the victory by the Chiefs. It was the injury to Tank Dell. Tank Dell is injured again, ended up busting his kneecap on a touchdown catch, and his season was over. C.J. Stroud was so shaken up by it. He was crying on the field. Tank Dell was an important part, and the kid, all he wants to do is play football, and all he does is keep getting hurt.
Yeah, it sucks, man. But I tell you what, it's not because of a lack of effort.
Oh, no. He's in the game.
I broke my kneecap in half before.
Oof.
And I know what that feels like, and I know how much work it took for me to come back. I pray for his success, and I know that he's going to be fine, because I was able to win a world championship afterwards. It's just a matter of how much work you're willing to put in. But, yeah, they definitely are going to miss having a guy that could take the roof off of a defense, and hopefully they'll be able to find a suitable replacement.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a big part of what they need to do to get it when this playoff run starts to happen. But there's some things that they need to work through. The running game has to pick back up, and I believe that Joe Mixon is going to do everything he possibly can to help that out. The Steelers fall to the Ravens, 34-17.
Did you see it coming?
I saw it coming because the Steelers had so many injuries. Like, their entire defense is banged up. Deshaun Elliott somebody that can come down and play in that box safety, he's been hurt. And so he hadn't been able to play. George Pickens out. His big pay threat for Russell Wilson has been injured. So now you're starting to look at these different options. The running game wasn't as effective. Charles Austin tried to step up. Calvin Austin, Charles Austin, one of our homeboys. Calvin Austin was not able to do the things that he needed to do. But Zay Flowers, Derrick Henry, 162 yards on the ground. But Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Jared Goff, and Sam Darnold, those guys are putting themselves in a spot for a possible MVP showdown. All these quarterbacks are playing well. Their teams are playing at an elite level. And it's just real interesting to me because now that they're both 10-5, now he's back in a possibility of being number one in the division. And all of these guys keep playing at a high level.
You know what, Hard? You sound like a quarterback. I know you know a quarterback when you hear one.
Well, you got to.
Everybody knows that right now, in 136 yards, if Saquon Barkley rushes for 136 yards next week, he will be the MVP. There ain't no doubt about it. When you go over 2,000 yards in the NFL, it's not like going over 2,000 yards in college. It's different.
Yeah.
There's only 4 people that have ever done it. And they put a premium on it. And I don't think he's just going to go over 436. I think he's going to go 450.
Okay.
Over 150.
Well, so although that's a great thought process by you, who do you think the last non-quarterback MVP was?
I'm not talking about that. You talking about old stuff.
You talk about MVP, right?
Yeah, but it's not a quarterback. It's not best quarterback award. It's the MVP.
Very true. But who would you think would be the last non-quarterback to win the MVP?
I don't know.
Take a wild guess. Adrian Peterson.
Wow.
Adrian Peterson is the last non-quarterback to win the MVP.
And what did he do to get it? He rushed for 2,000 yards.
He did. But you didn't have quarterbacks that were putting up the numbers that these quarterbacks, who everybody talks about, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, Lamar Jackson again.
Awesome guys.
But
is the big like as our boy Rod Babers would say, big Serena Williams button.
Yeah. I was looking at Derrick Henry for a while. Well, them odds have kind of changed. So you start looking at some of these names that are out there and you start looking at these MVP. As a matter of fact, that is our poll question of the day. Get over to AM 1300, The Zone, on X, Twitter, whatever you call it. Who is the MVP? Is it Saquon? Is it Josh Allen? Does Jared Goff deserve to be in the conversation? And, of course, Lamar Jackson. Check it out and go cash your vote there. But back to what you were saying. I do not doubt that he has the ability to be the MVP. He has been my MVP on my fantasy team that has gotten me to the championship in 2 out of 3 of my leagues.
There we go.
I didn't want to bring that up.
Yeah,
but since
did.
you brought up Saquon, I got a chance to watch Saquon tear it up yesterday. He continues to do great things, even when they were stacking the box against him. But we all know that everybody loves the quarterbacks when it comes to this. And you look at what it is about Josh Allen. Josh Allen, somebody who hasn't had that notoriety. He's been talked about for the last few years. When is he going to turn that corner? Well,
and not turn the ball over and throw so many interceptions. And this is the year that he did it.
And he needed, they needed Josh Allen yesterday on the ground, through the air. James Cook was out there balling out, but Josh Allen is still putting himself into that conversation. The Patriots could have won that game if they didn't turn that last ball over in the end zone.
Drake May is a quarterback.
He is their
He is a quarterback.
Yep.
If you are a Patriots fan, don't worry about quarterback anymore.
Right.
That guy is
He's
legit.
He's shown it. He's shown up and he's done some amazing things. But I want to get into this conversation about the Commanders. Commanders, 10-5, came from behind, even though Jalen Hurts got knocked out of the ball game yesterday. The story is they came from behind. Jaden Daniels had 5 touchdowns, and he ran for 81 yards. Do you realize that the Commanders are the first team to have 5 turnovers in a football game and win the game? And if you've had any doubt of who the rookie of the year was going to be, everybody was pumping Bo Nix. Well, you can go ahead and cash that ticket if you want to. If you had it out there, Jaden Daniels has shown to be
cancel Christmas.
Your MVP. No,
that's your
winning.
That is your rookie of the year.
Very, very impressive. The football season is almost to an end, and the NFL will continue those conversations. But as you know, coming up next, he's not only the world's strongest man, he's also a WWE Hall of Famer, but he also brings you the world's strongest take. And that's coming up next, right here on a Longhorn Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hug 'em.
Well, good news this morning. Disabled vehicle has been cleared out of I-35 northbound at FM 1626. Still a little slow traffic back to 45. Also, the other accident did clear out too. Mopac southbound. It's the off-ramp to 35th Street. Hey, I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay. PayPal.
Football season is in full swing, but are you making your picks with Sleeper? Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats, and you could win up to 100 times your money. For a limited time, Sleeper has a special offer. New users just have to play $5, and they'll receive $55 in free entries. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code HOLIDAY, and you'll get $55 in free entries when you play $5. That's code HOLIDAY. Must be at least 18 years old. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit, $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
If you're looking for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance, we're Term Provider, experts in finding affordable term life insurance for those that may not be in perfect health. Prostate cancer, heart conditions, high cholesterol, or on prescription medications, you may still qualify for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again. Because more people are listening to the radio on iHeart today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeart Broadcast Radio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, social, any other media. Even twice as many teens than TikTok. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Supplements are everywhere, but how do you know they're working or not hurting?
What if you could get custom-made supplements with the exact ingredients and dosages that work for you? Meet Viome, creator of the world's most advanced microbiome test. This isn't a food sensitivity test. This tells you exactly what you need to eat and avoid based on your body's response to over 370 foods. Viome uses cutting-edge RNA and AI technology to analyze your unique biology and creates a personalized plan to optimize your health. That's not all. They create made-for-you supplements, biotics, and oral care products, all tailored specifically to your results. Whether you want to improve energy, increase focus, or lose weight, Viome offers a personalized plan to help you succeed. It's easy to get started, all from the comfort of your home. Take control of your health journey today and reap the benefits long-term. Visit Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. That's Viome.com. Viome. Your health evolution starts now.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin area weather, mostly cloudy for your Monday, slight chance of a shower, a high of 75. Partly cloudy tonight, slight chance of rain, a low of 65. Tuesday, Christmas Eve, cloudy, a high in the upper 70s.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. Even Santa has a trash bag in his sleigh. Spread holiday cheer by keeping trash off the roadways. Don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
The brand new iHeartRadio app. Ready to unwrap now. Featuring commercial-free Christmas stations like iHeart Christmas to set as your new #1 preset. Discover dozens of holiday playlists, perfect for parties, gift wrapping, or just reminiscing.
It must be Christmas time. Humbug, but that's too strong. It's my favorite holiday.
Just open the new and improved iHeart app now and search holiday.
iHeartRadio.
Russell Wilson here. With Play 60, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids.
To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
It's the Craig Way Show with Craig Way and Cameron Parker. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Welcome back, and you know what time it is when you hear that music. That can only mean one thing. WWE Hall of Famer and the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, brings you the world's strongest take. Take it away, big fella.
Harge.
What's up, man?
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the world's strongest take. Khalil, back then they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. I've been Debbie Downer, Harge.
Come on, man.
I have. I've been very down on my Cowboys, and it hurt me to do it. But I realized that my frustration is about the leadership. It's about the ownership, the coaches, and how that trickle-down effect comes to the players. Deep sigh. But last night, the Dallas Cowboys got the information early in the day that they were mathematically ineligible for the playoffs, and so were the 49ers. The math was mapping.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say, I think that Mike McCarthy or one of the players, I don't know who did it, I wasn't there, but somebody told them, today you need to play like it's your last day. Today is the day that you play to be spoilers. Today is the day that you win with effort. If you want to be on this team next year, or if you don't want to be sent to wrestling purgatory, I suggest you get on your high horse and let's ride. Because that is exactly what the Cowboys did yesterday. The best effort I've seen all year in every game. And we talked about this. You said, man, they balling, Mark. They won 4 out of the last 5 games they play. Yeah. But they've been doing it by the skin of their teeth in spite of the effort. What do you do when you put effort with talent? You get wins. And last night, that defense was hitting. They were tackling. If you caught the ball, that's where you stopped. The defensive line got a pass rush against a pretty good offensive line. And they were always hustling. If there was a turnover, they were there for it. It's the same thing as we talked about Texas. How many times this season with the Longhorns did we see a fumble happen and there was always a Longhorn there to jump on the ball? That's effort. And you were mad at me at one point because you said, oh, man, Diggs, he's doing his best. He just came off an injury. And you know what? I never saw this type of effort from Diggs the entire season. And yeah, there's hey.
It's pouring out your pores.
But I'm gonna tell you something else.
That heat you was talking about.
Despite of a run game, Rico Dowdle had 13 carries. He only had 23 yards. That's like less than 2 yards a carry. But look at this, Harge. Cooper Rush, backup. Here we go. Almost 300 yards passing, 292 yards and a touch, no interceptions. No interceptions against a vaulted defense, one of the top defenses. The number 1 defense in stopping the run. And they accomplished their goal, what they normally do. But that usually they try to force, we're going to let the backup beat us. Well, the backup beat you. My take is, at this level, I feel like if the Cowboys play with the energy that they played with last night, the fervor for winning, the ambition of being the spoiler, they're going to win these last 2 games, and they're going to get the 16th, 17th pick, and we're not going to get Ashton Genty. That's just my take. What say you?
Well, I mean, that's great, Mark. I mean, you have not stopped your hate on what's been going on with the Dallas Cowboys. The beautiful thing for me is I've been watching them. People have been making fun of me every single week. I had a watch party last night at Cover 2. Shout out to the folks over at Cover 2 and Bud Light for always making it a good time everywhere that we go. But
drink responsibly.
Please drink responsibly. I sit here and I'm like, they've been playing hard all year. They just haven't been winning. Now all of a sudden you wanna just throw some dirt on them. It's over. We know. Kind of goes back to our conversation about the college football playoffs. You have to go out there and defend your turf. They are, with that win last night at home, Mark, they are 2-6 at Jerry World. Vandegrift won more games almost in Jerry World than the Cowboys did. I mean, you start looking at that and you're like, what is truly going on? But to me, I know you were talking about the tanking part of it, and they could still go out and lose these games. I mean, they're playing against 2 teams that are still the Philadelphia Eagles
Not if they play like they did last night.
And depending on what's going to happen with Jalen Hurts, who was out with a concussion after a big hit in that game yesterday against Washington. And they play the Commanders as well, who they had already beaten. But the effort has been there with the Cowboys. The results just haven't been there. And even though we've all talked about Jerry and what he's not brought to the table, and yes, this draft pick may fall off to a different spot than what we expected, it is something to be said about those guys going out there and playing through all of it. CD didn't have to. He's been hurt. CD's got to bust his shoulder. You saw it last night. Kept playing.
Kept playing.
Got that dog in him. You know, you look at Ferguson, you can even bring up what's been happening on that defense. Jordan Lewis was somebody that I didn't think was going to end up staying with the Cowboys. He's gotten better and better and better, made big plays. Deron Bland is back. A huge fumble recovery, strip. And recovered it there. So you look at what the Cowboys were able to achieve and what they've been able to do. The one thing that is for certain, that Mike McCarthy has that locker room. You can't tell me he doesn't. And those guys continue to play hard for him and representing him.
And let me point this out. Micah Parsons, the best player on the field on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely.
And on both teams that were the last night. He had nothing left to give. Nothing. The guy, the last 4 plays he played, he could barely stand up. He was dog tired.
Yep.
Effort. I love it.
And everybody is bringing that effort. And I appreciate your effort. The world's strongest, by the world's strongest men. We're going to close out the show and send you to Dan Patrick on a Longhorn Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300. The Zone.
The voice of the Horns. Craig Way on 1300 The Zone. Weekdays at 2. Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Morning Kickoff Show.
Start your morning with some laughs with the Morning Kickoff with Mike Harbaugh-Hart
and Mark Henry.
And if you're not ready to laugh, do you want to answer to Mark?
Better not. Let's get started.
Tune in 7 to 9 a.m. right here on AM 1300 The Zone and the iHeartRadio app.
Mike Hardball Harge and Mark Henry weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Well, good news this morning. Disabled vehicle has been cleared out of I-35 northbound at FM 1626. Still a little slow traffic back to 45. Also, the other accident did clear out too. Mopac southbound is the off-ramp to 35th Street. Hey, I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Did you know that solar energy gives you independence from utilities and helps keep your energy costs down? Why not get a free estimate with locally owned Divided Sky Roofing and Solar? You can get more information at mydividedsky.com. That's mydividedsky.com.
When it comes to protecting those that matter most, you need a home security system you can trust. Thanks to SimpliSafe, you can finally rest easy at night. With advanced security technology and a customer-first approach, SimpliSafe is our highest recommended security system. SimpliSafe is backed by 24/7 professional monitoring, guarding your home with sensors and cameras to protect your family from outside threats. With 24/7 LiveGuard, agents act within 5 seconds of receiving an alarm and take immediate actions to protect you. They can see and speak to intruders inside your home, stopping them in their tracks. SimpliSafe doesn't require a long-term contract. They earn your business every day by keeping you safe. SimpliSafe has given so many listeners peace of mind. You should have it too. Right now, you can get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. That's simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Attention all football fans. Old Spice Swagger Deodorant 4-pack is back at Costco. Get ready to unleash the greatest smell in the NFL. Old Spice Swagger is the ultimate 24/7 odor protection for all the football fanatics out there when used daily. But here's the catch, folks. This limited time offer won't last forever, so head to Costco and grab your 4-pack of Swagger Deodorant. Don't let those game-winning moments be overshadowed by unwanted odors. Get your Old Spice Swagger Deodorant now.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening now. You'll see your local holiday radio station, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, Texas fans, Hardball Harge here. Are you ready for an action-packed season? Thomas J. Henry Law is thrilled to be a part of the action, sponsoring all Texas football game broadcasts. The athletes give it their all on the field. Thomas J. Henry and over 250 attorneys give it their all when it comes to helping you and your families get the justice you deserve. Whether it's on the field or in the courtroom, dedication, strategy, and teamwork is crucial. For over 30 years, Thomas J. Henry Law has been committed to securing meaningful results for the injured people and their families. This year, they're inviting the communities that they serve to join in celebrating 30 years of client success with major community events and giveaways. After all, their law firm would be nothing without the communities and the individuals they serve. Visit tjhlaw.com to find out more. If you or your loved one have been injured, their attorneys are available 24/7 to help you. They have a reputation and resources that can handle any case. Free consultations with no fees collected unless they win for you. Watch all the heart-pounding Texas action this season, sponsored by Thomas J. Henry Law. Tune in, get pumped. It's all about the win.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Welcome back. What a great show we had today on the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. So we've got a Longhorns Monday edition of it. But we also have some UIL stuff. But first, I want to make sure that everybody knows we will be off tomorrow and Wednesday. We'll be back on Thursday and Friday, and we'll make it happen. We want to make sure that you have a great time and a very, very Merry Christmas. And somebody that had a Merry Christmas was the Vandergrift Vipers. Yo squad, Mark Henry. That is yo school, and you are proud of the fact that Drew Saunders has his first state championship.
Man, I'm so happy for Coach Sanders. We text back and forth yesterday, and I just prayed with him and acknowledged the fact that he's a God-fearing man, and how happy Jacob was, to say that he was a member of the Vandergrift Vipers, and my daughter is a Vandergrift Viper. I love the fact that they nourish the heart of those kids, not just the athletic part of it. So he didn't think that he would ever win one.
Right.
And it's like lightning striking. But you know what, Harge? I think that lightning strikes more than once.
Well, we'll see. They went up and beat South Lake Carroll, finished the season 15-1. They won a game 24-17. But it was more than that. It was more about the people that were there before them. And here is Coach Saunders after the game talking about that victory.
Yeah, it definitely validates. Finally find a way to win that championship. At the same time, if we hadn't won, I can tell you, I was okay with it because I know how much I love these guys and how much they give.
It means so much to us and all the guys before us that worked. I mean, obviously we're the group that got it done, but I mean, I still look up to all the seniors from years prior. And I mean, they were amazing. They helped me. They mentored me, and all of that fostered into this win that we got today.
This is exactly what we wanted. Let's go, baby.
Just to be known as one of those teams that, has won a state championship means the world to us.
Congratulations to the Vandergrift Vipers as they have now become the state champion for the first time. 6A Division II. In 6A Division I, North Crowley defeated the Westlake Chaparrals 50-21. Speed, 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 Mark. That's all you can say when you think about what you've seen from North Crowley. They have players that are going to play for Deion Sanders. Gibson, the wide receiver, is electric. And they were just too fast and too quick for what Westlake was able to bring. But Westlake, here they are, 14-1, played for their 12th state championship. And now it's back to the drawing board.
Yeah, that kid at Crowley, man, that's a different kind of fast. Like when you watch him, he's Travis Hunter fast. Like, you can't teach 4.3.
No, you can't.
And he may be faster than that. Some people say that they've seen him do stuff that it just is almost like it defies the laws of gravity. Like I look forward to seeing him play at the next level.
Yeah, especially when you start to look at that team and who they are and the recruits that Deion is starting to get there, and he fits that mold of what they're looking for in that slot position to be able to touch it and take it to the house.
One of those standout defensive tackles from Alabama is going there too.
Yep.
So that was an element that Deion didn't have this past season with all the success that they had. Is they lacked a superstar on the defensive line, and now they have one.
Right. So state champion in 5A, Division I was Smithson Valley out of Comal County. They were able to get the dub. Richmond Randall, brand new school, defeated South Oak Cliff. Salina continues to win state championships, as did Carthage as well. What a big time football season is over for high school. Texas continues to play. They will have a big matchup against the Arizona State Sun Devils in Atlanta. They're going back to the ATL, shouty. Can't wait.
Get them chicken wings.
There you go with them wings again. But also we got basketball coming up over the week. Mark, before we go, you had something happen for your daughter this past weekend that she continues to get better and better.
Yeah, JoJo went 3-0, had 3 pins at Vista Ridge this Saturday after we did the kickoff and
pregame show.
I rushed out there, got there to see her in the championship match, and she didn't disappoint. She won the championship in 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Man, that is awesome. That's awesome. I told you, man. Let that girl cook. She's going to be all right, man. She's going to keep getting after it. Obviously, we're off for the next couple days. Anything you want to say to the people for the holidays?
Man, happy holidays, guys. Remember the reason for the season, and also stay prayed up, as well as be safe on the highways. Give people grace on the highways. Everybody is not as smart or as nice as you. That's their Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Let them make it.
Yeah.
Just focus on your family and getting to your destination and be blessed.
Yeah, everybody be blessed and enjoy their time off. But tonight, make sure you are checking out the NFL, Monday Night Football, New Orleans and Green Bay. Green Bay is one of the hottest teams in football. Love, the quarterback, has been playing outstanding. You don't know what is going to happen with the New Orleans Saints because of the fact I think Spencer Rattler is their starting quarterback. Alvin Kamara is out. All signs point to Green Bay getting the dub, but you might be surprised that the Saints come out there and play hard. You can watch that game tonight, ESPN. You got football on Christmas Day. You got basketball all day on Christmas Day. Football is on Netflix. What in the world is going on? It does not make sense to me, but it is what it is. And so many different things that will be going on. I will be in town spending some time with the family. We got basketball tournaments starting this week at the end of the week. Schools, you can't be at the schools at all. So people, to Mark's point, just slow down and enjoy your time off.
Yeah.
Be festive with the family, but also be responsible. Enjoy the time off. And then just enjoy what we continue to have. Football on the 40 acres. Texas is still playing. You got basketball that will be playing over the weekend.
Come on.
That has been a lot of fun, as always. I want to thank you, Mark Henry. I want to thank Khalil for doing a great job on the boards. And I want to thank you, the people. Just remember this, guys. Please, please, please tell your friends to follow us on all social media platforms, because in 2025, it's going to be alive and well, and we are going to do so many different things, and we want to make sure that you guys are a part of it. We had people come up that have finally figured out where we are over the weekend, and it was great because now we got new listeners, we got new fans, we got some old fans coming back, and we get a chance to do this every single day. Congratulations to those football teams that are now advancing. We only have 8 of them left. We only got 8 teams left, and your Texas Longhorns, as much hate as everybody want to put out there, are still rocking and rolling. They'll be coming from the ATL. We'll hear from Coach Sark as we have media availability today. We'll hear from Coach Sark on Thursday when we're back here. For Mark Henry, for our guy Khalil, and of course for Hardball Harge, we want to thank you. And just remember this: don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
The holidays are here, and we all know what that means. Parties, gifts, and let's be honest, a little stress. But Keeper's Heart Whiskey, official whiskey of the DP.